When it comes to virtual meetings, video calls, and remote communication, it's imperative to look as good on camera as you do off camera. With the novel coronavirus pandemic in full swing and much of the nation in lockdown and working from home, the use of virtual meetings and video calls has increased exponentially. No matter if you're virtually meeting with a client, colleagues, your boss, or just your family and friends, your on-camera appearance will either make or break the call. You have to put thought into what you're wearing on camera, the lighting, and even where you place the camera. It's easy to forget a lot of these things, but they're crucial to a successful remote meeting. Hang on to the end of this video because I'm going to explain 6 areas you need to consider to make all of those video chats you're doing now successful. Hi, I'm Jim Costa. So what do you need to consider exactly when you are teleconferencing? Number 1 is the lighting. Lighting might be the single most important thing to consider when getting ready for a video call or a virtual meeting. When it comes to video calls, avoid any kind of overhead lighting. Placing your light source directly above you will cast many unflattering shadows on your face, especially around your eyes. Unfortunately, most people have overhead lights as the default lighting in their homes because the lights are attached to the ceiling. If you want to look good for a remote meeting, I recommend using 3 soft light sources. Ideally, you'll place 2 lights behind your webcam to the left and to the right. Together, they'll fill in all the hard shadows on your face. Place the 3rd soft light behind you to act as a rim light or a hair light. This light will help to separate you from the background. As a quick tip, video cameras are known for highlighting oily areas and blemishes on your face. Everything is heightened because the light is reflecting off of those areas of your skin. You can use a setting powder or oil blotting sheets to prevent any shines on your skin during your video conference calls. In fact, this technique is used by newscasters on news shows every single day and has been for years, and it works really great. This lighting arrangement might sound a little familiar to you. It's actually known as 3-point lighting, and I've done a video previously on 3-point lighting. I'll link to that video in the description below so you can learn more about the topic after you watch this video. Number 2 is camera angle. Depending on how you position the camera, you can either make others on the call feel comfortable speaking with you or intimidated and distracted. Raise your camera lens to either eye level or just slightly above eye level, about where your hairline is. Typically, camera angles that are higher are much more flattering. When you position your camera lower than eye level, from down below let's say, it can make you look intimidating or even sinister. In cinema, lower angles are used to signal superiority and power and are often used when showing the villain on screen. All are things that you want to avoid conveying in a business meeting that you're doing virtually. Also, no one wants to be looking up your nose throughout the entire meeting because it's not a flattering look. An eye-level angle is a neutral perspective, so it neither communicates superiority or inferiority. This is the closest you will get to real life. Think of it like looking someone right in the eye. You can also opt to slightly raise the camera above eye level. Above eye levels can communicate vulnerability, making it easier to speak freely with someone like your boss, for example. Remember not to set the camera too high over your head, because this is a cinematic technique that portrays weakness in movies and will do the same for you in your video conferences. Set your camera at eye level or not any higher than your hairline, and you should be just fine. Number 3 is audio. Audio is just as important as video when it comes to making a good impression. In fact, in video and filmmaking, audio is even more important than the video or the images you see on screen. Before you enter a call, figure out what microphone you're going to use and test it. And yes, I said to use a microphone that's positioned close to your mouth, ideally centered below your chin, just like my lav mic is here on my shirt. By placing it centered on my button-down shirt and not on either lapel of a jacket if I was wearing one, it will pick up the sound of my voice equally regardless of which way I move my head, because the mic is still equally distant from my mouth. You may have noticed on TV once in a while, if a mic is clipped to the lapel of a person speaking and they turn their head in the other direction, the sound drops off. That's because the source of the sound, their mouth, is further away from the mic, which is on the opposite lapel. So putting it in the middle makes it equally distant from both sides of your face if you happen to turn your head. Your coworkers might be okay with a few technical issues, but it won't go down too well if you have to reschedule your virtual meeting because your mic isn't working, so you have to test it ahead of time. Most laptops and earphones these days have built-in mics, so if you're meeting occasionally, then they should suffice. However, if you're consistently in virtual meetings, like multiple times a week or every day, I recommend getting a comfortable headset or even a dedicated USB microphone and a good pair of headphones so you can both hear and be heard well. These options will give you a good balance between comfort and audio quality. Number 4 is how you dress. You may be at home, but you still need to dress as you normally would for a meeting, and yes, that includes pants. While your upper half might be the only part in the frame, you never know when you might have to suddenly stand up unexpectedly, like you spilled your coffee in your lap. Plus, you'll feel more confident and professional when you are properly dressed because you would be properly dressed at work. That said, there are a few clothing pieces you should avoid wearing in front of the camera. Avoid wearing all white, bright red, all black, and items of clothing with pinstripes. If you're wearing an all-white top, it will glow and be very distracting, likely looking washed out, especially if your lighting isn't quite right. Wearing an all-black outfit will erase all the definition in your figure and will make you look shapeless. Black tends to lack definition and detail in general, especially when you don't have enough bright lighting. Bright reds can bleed on camera, creating a hazy halo around your body. Pinstripes or tight designs can look bad too because they can create a distracting moire effect on camera. I recommend sticking to classic solid colors like teal, cobalt, and purple. Avoid patterns that might take focus away from your face. Number 5 is the environment. It's not just you that needs to look good on camera. The setting behind you needs to look professional as well. For a good rule of thumb, when setting up your meeting space, if you wouldn't want it in your face-to-face meeting, it shouldn't be in your virtual meeting either. Remove anything distracting and unprofessional from the background. Look closely at the background. Are there windows in the shot that will make you look backlit? If so, then rotate your setup 180 degrees so the light from the window lights up your face but is behind the camera. Is there something distracting coming out of your head like a plant or a clock on the wall or something? If so, then remove those things. These things look bad on camera and will make you look bad for your virtual meeting. Also, be sure to let everyone around you know that you're on a video call. You can put up a sign in your door notifying people not to disturb you or enter the room and tell everyone to be quiet or something like that, just so that there's no background noise distraction. Number 6 is preparation. Come prepared to talk and discuss like you normally would in a face-to-face meeting. Some believe simply because a meeting is virtual that it's less formal, but this is a mistake. Video conference calls are closer to face-to-face meetings than you might think. Come prepared with all your talking points written down, ready for you to go over. Also, be comfortable talking in front of the camera. This just comes with practice, but even professionals can get anxiety talking into the lens, so try to relax and focus on the meeting. I can attest to that from personal experience. I'm doing this blog now for over 2 years and I'm more comfortable on camera, but if you went back and watched the first ones I did, I would say it's an embarrassment. But after a while you get used to it and it's not any different than being face-to-face. Remote meetings allow professionals to meet anywhere at any time. However, if you're not prepared for the virtual meeting, it could hurt your client's impression of you, it could even be detrimental in a job interview or give your boss a negative impression of you. Implement everything I discussed today and you will be light years ahead of so many other people doing virtual meetings right now. Now, this is making sense to you, but I've got it in the comments section below. My question of the day is, have you been holding virtual meetings more often now that the pandemic is in full swing? Leave a comment below and let us know. Would you like to learn more about your camera settings to get you shooting like a pro? I've created an absolutely free cheat sheet for you on all the best camera settings to shoot video with your DSLR, mirrorless, or video camera that will show you the settings that will allow your photos and videos to shine and stand out from the competition. The link to get that cheat sheet is just below in the video description. Best of all, my cheat sheet specializes in shooting video with any type of camera, including mirrorless and DSLR cameras. In it, you'll find all of the information you need on important video techniques, such as white balance, color temperature, frame rates, and more. The info that I've assembled for you will definitely help to improve your work. I've also created cheat sheets on other topics, such as video editing, and even now offer training courses on editing video using Adobe Premiere Pro, and soon I'll have others. I'll link to those cheat sheets and training courses below as well. You can learn to edit like a pro with my training course. I am a full-time working photographer, video producer, video editor, and technology pro. That's the small business that I own, and it's how I make a living. You'll find my contact info in the description below. Contact me if you need photography or video production services for you personally, for your business, or for someone that you know. Do you want to see more videos like this? Follow my YouTube channel, Jim Costa Films, for more. Think what you saw was great? Like it. Do you have an opinion? Comment below. You know someone who could benefit from the info that I provided? Please share the video. Do you want to learn even more? If so, then connect with Jim Costa Films on social media and online, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and the web. I currently have over 4,300 videos on my YouTube channel, Jim Costa Films, so feel free to check out many of my other videos for great tips and suggestions. If you've followed me for a while now, you may know that I have a community of photographers, videographers, and filmmakers, just like you, on Facebook, where I share other pro tips and tricks. It's called Video Producers and Content Creators. I love new members who want to share their work, learn from others, and also help others based on their own knowledge, skills, and experience. You'll find a link to that group in the description below, so feel free to join the group where you'll learn even more.